So how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, that's the end of the press conference.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's a
That,
wrap.
that's all I signed up for.
How'd you feel when you found out
When I found out which part.
that you would be throwing out the first pitch?
Oh, throwing out the first pitch. It's an honor. The support I've gotten from the community, from some of the different organizations around the community has been amazing. So for the Rockies to honor me by helping me get out there and show people that you can come back through very difficult times, and to be out there as long as I throw the pitch actually into the catcher's glove, it is an honor, and I'm very blessed. I'm a lefty, yes. So I don't know if that.
Show us your motion.
It's gonna be it's gonna be as simple as I can. There's not gonna be any fastballs, curveballs, anything cool. I just want to get it. I don't want to be the bloopers reel. That's my biggest part.
50 cents.
Yeah, 50 Cent in particular. Yes.
Have you been practicing?
It's funny. One of the neighborhood kids right across the street. They're a huge baseball family. His dad actually works for the Broncos organization, and yep, went over, knocked on the door. I was kind of telling the story, and 12-year-old Bryce runs behind him, and next thing you know, he's standing in front of me with a glove and a baseball, and I was like, well, I guess this is happening right now. So yes, I have been practicing. I don't know what's going to happen, but yes, I've been practicing.
You have 3 kids, right?
3 kids.
So
Yep.
Is your family going to be in the stands tomorrow, kind of cheering you on, or?
2 of the kids, the older ones, my 2 daughters are one's up in Fort Collins and can't make it, and one's in Kansas City. But my son will be there, and my wife will be there.
Are they excited?
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, they're absolutely excited for it. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of teasing as to how bad or how good the pitch is going to be, but that's just fun stuff within the family.
Going to be honoring you. Do you know kind of what?
No, I'm not sure.
Are you back at work now, and what are you doing?
Yeah, so February 8th, I got released to go back to like a limited capacity. So I'm back with the SWAT team. I'm back with the Metro SWAT unit. And I'm basically doing everything that the team would be expected to do operationally. I'm just doing it at a training level right now. So I'm back with the team, back with the guys, back being part of the organization, and just training to get ready to actually go back to, like I said, an operational level.
So how are you? Oh, you.
Could you talk about the journey that you've taken now that you're going to be back with the team? Could you talk about the journey that it's taken to get to a point where now you are able to come back and be back with the people you used to work with?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me first say that I truly, in my mind, was starting my rehab, even with the truck on top of me. I'm an incredibly average person, but the one thing that I do have is I have drive, and I knew in my heart, like, this was not going to be my last operation. I had nothing but support from my family and from the community to kind of make that happen, and it has been an incredibly difficult road. 8 surgeries, pain like you can't describe. Huge setbacks from a number of different things. But even with all of those, I've just tried to keep that positive attitude, and I've tried to really make sure that things I'm doing today make tomorrow better, right? And that's one of the things that I've really tried to get a point across to people. I've had a lot of people reach out to me because they've been watching my story, they've been seeing the successes and some of the comebacks, and that's just one of the things that I try to explain to people, like, take control of your life and go do this. And I'm trying to be an example that if you do that with a good support system, with a belief that you can do it, and putting in the work, that you can accomplish some great things even through tragedy.
Was there anything that you kind of held on to in those really tough moments? I mean, 8 surgeries is insane, and I'm sure it wasn't all just like go, 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 I'm gonna get better. Like, I'm sure there were low moments in that. Like, was there anything that you held on to during those that kind of helped you get through to get to this point that you're at now?
Good question. So as far as like what really kept me going, I've always been a very purpose-driven person. Obviously, my first purpose is to my family, right? So I want to be able to prove to them that, hey, Dad's back. Like I can do this, and I can do it safely again. And then just on that purpose, you know, one of the things that I want is, I've been doing it for 27 years. I've been in the unit for 19 years. So that purpose of being able to go out and help the community and truly save lives because of things that I'm doing has been something that's been very important to me. And then through this process, there's actually been a new purpose that I've developed in my life where I really want to help other people and show people. I want to be able to help people be their own story. So that is one of the things that I've really held on to show you can do this if you're willing to try.
So how are you feeling? I'm sure it feels good after, I think it's been about 10 months to be kind of back into, you know, the grind, back at work. I guess just how are you feeling?
That's kind of a double-edged sword, because with the extra work, with all of that comes more pressure, right? And there are days when everything's going right, and you know the prosthetics fitting correctly, like sleep has been good, food is good, all that kind of stuff. So you feel great. And then there's days when you kind of have setbacks. But the one thing that I do want to really get out to people is, not just me in particular, but for anybody that goes through a traumatic event like this that's life altering, there are things that you have to change that are just, your life is different, right? So I go from, you know, a very capable person, ready to get back, team leader, operationally on a SWAT team, and at the end of the night, that leg comes off and I'm on a walker, right? And so it's that dichotomy of these two worlds that I live in, where I'm out there, I'm doing this, but this is also one of the realities as well.
Next question.
Have there been other physically disabled people on the Denver SWAT team in the past, or are you kind of breaking new ground here?
We have had officers that have been critically injured before and have been able to get back, but that I know of, there's no other persons in the Denver Police Department with a prosthetic. There's no other amputees.
You say that you kind of want to help people, but it's not like you weren't helping people before. Do you kind of have a different outlook on what this job means to you and how you're going to perform your duties, or is it kind of the same, just a different?
No, from that aspect, I think it's still the same, but that kind of third purpose that I was talking about is more to be able to get to know people on a very personal level and to help guide them through their own life struggles.